Hello, beloveds. Happy St. Patty's Day, or Luck of the Irish. Many of you might know that my adoptive father is Irish, hence my last name, Alloway. My dad's family is fourth generation Irish American Philadelphians. Irish immigrants used to make about 40% of the Philadelphian population and currently stands around 15. Philadelphia is a city of neighborhoods. Sometimes where you and your family settled and worked was based on your culture. My dad worked in Port Richmond, and my great-grandfather and grandfather worked on the railroads. All typically Irish Philadelphian jobs, if you know what I mean. I worked two doors down from a methadone clinic and lived in Kensington, aka Philly's Skid Row, known for its alcoholism, open-air drug markets, homelessness, poverty, and Irish K&A gangs. Ah, Kensington. My 100 plus cousins, spouses, children who have had children, are probably drowning the shamrock or partying it up at a local Irish pub. As you already know, I'm of Korean ancestry and have done lots of generational trauma recovery and am currently sober, one day at a time. When I was a teenager, I managed a dry cleaning store, and when I was married to my now ex-husband, Mongolian, who died from heroin addiction, we used to live in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, or I'd call it East Philadelphia. The Philadelphia metro area ranks eighth for the number of American Koreans in the United States. In Philly, it's a lot of yoin, whether it's yo, like yo Adrian from the movie Rocky, or annyeonghaseyo, a Korean greeting like aloha of hi or hello. Are you in peace? So today's video is all about Yang power and the crossroads of St. Patrick's Day, the Korean Yeogno myth about eating the corrupt rich, and start my business today. St. Patrick's Day wasn't always about drowning the shamrock, if you know what I mean. Wearing and four-leaf shamrock hats, eating corned beef and cabbage with Irish soda bread and Irish potatoes for dessert. My grandmother used to make those. Oh, they're so good. While drinking whiskey. It was all about St. Patrick's health and legend of escaping slavery, driving snakes and demons out, fasting on a mountain, and creating an organization to support one's vision of the world. Unlike St. Patrick, you might have not heard about the approaching spring season of the Korean Yeongno. That's right, it's a sock puppet myth portrayed in Korean mass dances about the legendary mythical creature resembling a snake. So normally Yeongno has like a face like this and like two little eyes and kind of like a scaly looking face. And Yeongno must eat 100 corrupt rich in order to get into heaven. If Yeongno doesn't, Yeongno doesn't get into heaven. Now, Yeogno won't consume the wealthy who support the most vulnerable, only the ones that exploit others for their own personal gain. Right, Yeogno? All right, I didn't go to school for ventriloquism. Anyway, ah, the visions I get. Anyway, another exception to Yeogno's consumption is file piety, and Yeogno gives mad respect to those loyal to their families and communities, and they are forsaken. That's right. You might be thinking, can Yeogno stop by America? And other places too? Like Miss Pac-Man gobbling up the corrupt rich? Yeah, can you imagine what our world would be like? Well, Yeogno might not go on a worldwide tour, but we can honor him and his spirit and St. Patrick's legacies that influenced our WBC experiences. Start my business today. You can stick around, Yeogno. You might be able to relate to St. Patrick's origin movement story. You want to escape your job, weed out your self-destructive habits from generational trauma, family addictions, abuse allegiance, and poverty. Upgrade to a new vision and long to start an organization in honor of St. Patrick and Yeongno, combating Yang power slavery, exploitation, corruption, and fighting the power. That's right, Yeongno, fight the power. Ah. We hope that you and 100 people in your community will pursue your passion, write a bankable business plan, get 10,000 in funding, and launch into a partner million plus member network in our Start My Business Today intensive, which begins by Saturday, 3/28. So it means that you can get started right now and be super prepared for our first sesh live group coaching, which would be awesome at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. If 100 people in your community break free and start my business today intensive, your community would receive $1 million. Yeogno. If 1,000 people, that's 10 million. If 10,000 receive 10,000 in funding, that is 100 million. 100,000, and that's a billionaire. That's a billion, which means collectively, 100,000 people would have the money and the influence and perhaps power of a billionaire. Imagine how the world would be different starting with 100 people willing to step up and make a difference. We would be eating more than 100 corrupt rich. Youngno would have like a big fat belly, if you can imagine that. St. Patrick and Yeogno would be proud of for us for driving out evil and thinking, believing, and doing life differently. I'm sure you all have questions about our Millions Dare. We'll highlight our informal favorite frequently asked questions in our email below, and feel free to read more FAQs on our startmybusinesstoday.com website. Reach out to us at info@womansbizcoop.com if you aren't receiving them. Have a sober, if you're following the path of sobriety, happy, joyous, and free St. Patty's Day celebrations as we get ready for the return of the young doe. This sock puppet video is dedicated to Jim Henson and the return of the Muppet Show. Imagine if his parents shut down his puppeteering passion. Remember your passion from childhood? Now's the time to pursue them in our Start My Business Today intensive. And we hope to see you inside by 3/28. Bye for now.